It's Tuesday, February 26, 2013, and this is NB12. Coming up tonight in news, the government still wants to get back the majority stake in BTC, but there's reportedly no money to do it. The Attorney General seeking to have the web shop injunction lifted. A family petitions for the right to bury a loved one 3 weeks after his death. And $2 million in cocaine seized. We have those stories and much more coming up tonight. I'm Christina McNeil, and your NB12 starts right now. Joining us. Despite months of negotiations, Prime Minister Christie admitted today that efforts to regain the majority share in the Bahamas telecommunications company still haven't paid off. But there's an even bigger problem. Christie told reporters that government does not currently have the funds to actually buy back the 2 additional shares it needs to renationalize the telecom provider. Vonique Toot reports.
As government seeks Parliament's approval to borrow $100 million, some people are questioning how then can we afford to buy back 2% of BTC's shares? It's a question we put to Prime Minister Christie this morning outside Cabinet. He says we can't.
The message of yesterday was that we cannot afford to do that, and that is why we are going to be able to project that come 2015, 2016, you're going to be seeing definitive progress being made towards balancing the books, towards our being able to curtail our expenditure and match it more to our revenue.
Despite current financial constraints, Christie insisted today that government has not abandoned its plan to regain the majority of shares in the Bahamas telecommunications company. He noted that his administration has identified ways to increase revenue. Government currently holds 49% of BTC's shares. However, Christie could not say how much it would cost to acquire an additional 2%.
No, listen, I've tried to characterize my position as saying the former government did what we consider to be a very bad deal. And I could only surmise that they were facing an election and they tried to do things very quickly, right? And I most certainly do not believe, I didn't believe then, based on what I now know, I don't believe now that it was a deal that was in the best interest of the country.
Despite months of negotiations, the Prime Minister admits that talks between government's team and Cable and Wireless still aren't going the way he'd like them to.
There's obviously resistance to the idea, and as I've indicated to the negotiating committee, right, there will come a stage when they will have to report to me that they have gone as far as they could, unless there is some significant movement from Cable and Wireless representatives. We thought there would have been, but something then happened to Mr. David Shaw that seemed to interrupt what I had anticipated was going to take place. And so, again, it's now a question of reviewing where we are.
The Prime Minister also revealed that he's pushing for former BTC boss Leon Williams to become the 3rd director. However, he admits not everyone agrees with that idea.
I've asked them my negotiating committee, to give me reasons why I should not appoint the 3rd director for the government. And I intend, subject to whatever advice they give me, to appoint Leon Williams to be the 3rd director. And my sense was they did not want me to do that. That is Cable and Wireless.
Williams took legal action after BTC terminated him in 2008. Government currently has 2 directors on BTC's board, Bradley Roberts and Rowena Bethel. Reporting for NB12, I'm Vonique Toot.
Nearly 1 month after 7 web shops were granted an injunction from closure, Attorney General Allison Maynard Gibson is seeking to have that injunction lifted. She says Chief Justice Sir Michael Barnett may hear the matter sometime next month. Government recently filed an appearance in connection with that injunction. Maynard Gibson said today it means that the AG's office intends to defend the matter.
That's the application that will be coming. Once we are able to have the matter set, a judge indicate that he's prepared to hear it will be the CJ, I've been advised, and also once all counsel are ready.
And realistically speaking, how long do you see this matter dragging on for? How long before it could possibly reach resolution?
Well, we think that we'll have a hearing on the matter sometime by mid-March, and then who knows where it goes from there.
Maynard Gibson says the prosecution must be able to prove that something illegal is happening in order for those web shops to be closed.
The matter will be to lift the injunction, and I want to say that we don't want to close any lawful business in the Bahamas. That's not the objective. Any lawful business will be, Bahamians are allowed to conduct lawful business.
And do you think web shops are lawful?
I've never been in a web shop, but I mean, if all that they're doing is offering web services, that's fine. But anything else, gaming is obviously illegal.
Well, the family of a man who died in police custody earlier this month is speaking out. The mother and siblings of 35-year-old Jamie Smith and their lawyer, Christina Galanos, met with coroner Linda Virgil this morning in hopes of having his body released from the morgue almost 3 weeks after his death. Jasmine Bonamy has the details in this report.
The family of a man who was killed while in police custody showed up to the coroner's court this morning looking for answers. And while they got them, they say they're still not completely satisfied. Smith's relatives say they are still in the dark about his February 8th death, only 2 hours after he was taken into custody. Smith, a resident of Nassau Village, died at the Central Detective Unit, becoming the third suspect who has died there since 2010. While a cause of death has never been revealed, his family says they suspect police beat him. Now they insist they're looking for more than just answers into how he died. Smith's mother, Erler Dorch, says she wants her son's body released from the morgue so that he can have a proper burial.
It's not a good feeling to know that my son has been dead almost 3 weeks, and I have no idea how he died. A healthy young man was picked up and taken to the police station, and a day later he is dead. It's almost 3 weeks later, and I still have no idea how he died. I have no idea why he is dead, and still to this day, I still don't know when I'm going to be able to bury him, or even that the body is going to be released.
Dorch says her son leaves behind an 11-year-old daughter who lives in Hollywood, Florida, where Smith lived and worked as a chef for 10 years. Dorch admits that while her son was not perfect, he did not deserve to die the way he did. And with so many unanswered questions, his family hoped to get answers from coroner Linda Virgil, who met with them this morning and revealed that an autopsy report was completed but did not say what it revealed. The family's lawyer, Christina Galanos, says she requested Smith's body be released to his family. She also drafted a letter asking for the autopsy report, but neither request was granted, with coroner Virgil instead saying the family would get a call later. However, a date for the inquest into Smith's death has been set for March 27th and 28th, as well as April 2nd and 4th, according to Galanos.
This is unacceptable to me. I mean, as a mother, how can I ever go on without knowing that that my son is buried, that I know the reason why he is dead?
A reason in particular was not given as to the delay on the release of the body. I also served the coroner with a letter requesting to be provided with the pathologist report on postmortem, pursuant to Section 18 of the Coroner's Act 2011.
His mother says as they continue to search for answers, the family is holding on to the only thing it has left, their memories of Smith.
Well, not very well. We're doing the best that we can, but, we can't move on until we know the reason why he's dead.
National Security Minister Bernard Nottage told NB12 last week that the officers involved have been placed on paid leave while the matter is being investigated. But there have been no details on how long the investigation is expected to last. Meantime, Galanos says the family's next move legally will all depend on what that autopsy report revealed. Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.
Renowned banker T. Baswell Donaldson passed away today. The family told our news team he died peacefully at his home after 4 this afternoon. Donaldson was suffering from an undisclosed illness. Timothy Baswell Donaldson is a former senator who once served as chair of Commonwealth Bank, governor of the Central Bank, and ambassador to Washington, D.C., and is a former chairman of the College of the Bahamas Council. He died with family members at his bedside. He's survived by his wife Yolanda Donaldson and his children. Over the past few days, police have seized nearly $3 million in cocaine from Haitian vessels calling on the port of Inagua. The first seizure took place on Friday and involved the confiscation of 49 kilos of cocaine worth $800,000 and the arrest of 6 Haitian men who have since been charged. The most recent seizure took place yesterday and involved the discovery of 128 kilos of cocaine worth over $2 million, hidden in several secret compartments of a vessel with 5 men believed to be Haitian on board. These constitute the biggest cocaine seizures for the year, and head of the Drug Enforcement Unit, Superintendent Samuel Butler, says it causes further concern about the persistent trend of cocaine smuggling out of Haiti into the Bahamas.
But concerned to the point that our intelligence network is working really progressively, and we are pleased with all of the assistance we've been getting from the general public, and we want to say thank you to them and encourage them to continue to report suspicious activities. But even more, we are elated to know that we are working cohesively with our regional partners, law enforcement in the region, and we are grateful to be able to share real-time intelligence, and that is a part of our successes that we've been achieving.
The 5 men arrested yesterday are expected to be arraigned this week. As Bahamians know all too well, not only drugs are smuggled out of Haiti into the Bahamas. More than 200 Haitian migrants have been apprehended in Bahamian waters in 3 separate incidents over the past 2 days, according to the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. Over 100 of the migrants were apprehended by the Defense Force at Pittstown, Crooked Island today. Yesterday, shortly after 7 p.m., a 30-foot Haitian vessel was intercepted by RBDF officers about 3 miles west of Hawksbill Rock in the Exuma chain. 42 migrants were apprehended from that vessel. On Sunday, 46 of the migrants were apprehended off Port Howe, Cat Island, when their vessel ran aground off the island. They're all now in Defense Force custody.